we having technical difficulties. Technical difficulties. Hey fam, what's up, what's up, what's up? This is Robert Anton here, robertantonnyc, coming to you with your no frills, the voice commentary from a singer. Alright, the blinds are still in full effect and we are on the 3rd episode. Where's my little pointer here? Okay, there it is, okay. Alright, we started out tonight with Ryan Whyte, Maloney. He was 33, he did Lights by Journey. And he started out and immediately got Adam Blake and Shakira to turn. This was just an okay performance for me though. He had a decent voice with a really high range, but I wasn't grabbed by him. It really wasn't touching me. Usher chimed in at the last minute and Adam stood for him. 4 chairs and I wasn't feeling it. Were you feeling it? Tell me, what did I miss? Usher said he took his time because he wanted to see if he continued to work for his turn, meaning to get him to turn. Adam said he reminded him of Steve Perry. Blake said he doesn't know how he gets that high note while looking that studly. And Shakira said he felt so emotion in his delivery. I didn't say this, she said it. And he chose Blake. Then Deshawn Washington came up. He was 23. He did Twistin' the Night Away by Sam Cooke. Okay, so we got here. Y'all know I love me some Sam Cooke. We got to see him sing a little before his audition. He sounded pretty good, right? And I liked his song choice from the jump. But the judges didn't seem to be impressed. He had a really good sound though. I was wondering if he had any rhythm because, you know, he was kind of bopping and it wasn't really matching what was going on. Shakira was the only one to turn for him. And I think he just needs to work on his presentation. It was just the faces he was making look like he was hurting and stuff. I love the way he sounded. We'll see what happens with him in the battle rounds. Usher said he wanted to hit his button. Adam called him a great singer. Blake seemed to be beating himself up over not turning around for him. And please, 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 y'all, don't beat yourselves up. Make sure right now to thumb this up so that you don't forget. Thumb it up and let everybody know that we are over here discussing The Voice. I really appreciate it. Sam Behymer was 24. She did Royals by Lorde. And soon as she hit the pre-chorus, Adam chimed in. She had a nice sound with a bit of an effective production and pronunciation, but I was liking it. It seemed to me like it was kind of a put on, so I guess we'll find out later on if that's really more of her voice or she was being a little more like Lorde. But yeah, I like the way she sounded. She turned next and she hit a nice open note and brought a little more grittiness to the performance. I really liked her then. As she got to the end of the song, she really brought more power and more grit. Adam said there were issues, but it was cool and engaging unlike anyone else. Usher said she had a unique, quirky tone and she chose Adam, Team Adam. Next up, Savannah Santos, Scott Stevens, and Aaleiah, something or another, I've missed her last name, didn't get a chair to turn. We just got quick little listens to what they did, quick little clips to what they did. Then Brendan Ryan was up, 24, did Love on Top by Beyonce, and he got to improv on the piano before his performance and rocked it out. He was doing great. And he chose a Way Off the Ballpark song for his audition and played the guitar. I liked how he started out with a little scat and he was so comfortable and brought a great vibe. I was grooving with him, I really was, and he didn't get a chair to turn. I was like, what? How did that? Man, are you crazy? Adam said he's crazy good and talked about his range, but said it didn't all come together. Blake said he missed one there because he had a cool sound and great pitch. Usher said he found it difficult to capture who he is and told him to pick a record that represents him as an artist. He was kind of saying that he chose the Beyonce and he wasn't sure if it was a guy with a really high voice or if it was a woman doing the song and he didn't know what to think. So it's good advice to pick something that represents you as an artist, but I think this was a great out-of-the-box song choice. He did wonderful on it, and I don't agree with the judges at all. I think somebody should have turned for him. The Brothers Walker were up next. They were twins. They did Keep Me in Mind by the Zac Brown Band, and they started out strong with some really good harmony throughout the song. This was really cool and had me vibing with them. I also liked their kind of goofiness. They had a little goofy thing going on. It was very endearing to watch, but of course the coaches can't see that, but I kind of wonder if they could feel it. It just felt good. Usher turned at the last minute with his foot and faked everybody else out. They were all like, what happened? What happened? Blake was like, did you turn? How did that happen? Blake said they sounded great. Shakira said it felt good to her. Usher called them quality and said they definitely have personality. And this is the funny thing. I think Usher has figured it out. All of them are looking to see who else is going to turn first, you know, and Shakira said, they asked her at one point, I forget, it was earlier in this episode maybe, how she had changed her strategy and all that different stuff. And she said, I'm turning for everybody Blake turns for. Well, you know, so that's good that Usher was like, okay, boom, very last minute just to chime in there, because it doesn't give anybody else a chance to, you know, get on their button and try to steal away. So we'll see how that works out for him. him. Clarissa Cerna was up next. She was 27. She did Zombie by the Cranberries. And Shakira and Adam were rocking to this song as soon as it started. Usually from way up high, you saw Adam go up as soon as it started. And I was loving the sound of her voice as Adam was the first one to turn. Then Shakira turned. And for me, she hit all the right notes and brought a good intensity. Came off very comfortable on stage and poised as a performer. Blake turned next, and finally Usher on the last note. Blake said her voice kept getting stronger and stronger. Shakira called it an intelligent choice of song. Usher said he wanted to see what else she had in there, so he said that's why he waited so long. Adam said she did a great rendition of the song and he thoroughly enjoyed himself. And she chose Shakira, calling her Latin soul sister. Then Lindsay Pagano also went with Shakira. Joshua Howard went with Team Adam, and Tanner James, 19, went with Team Usher. And these are all people that just got a little clip in between everything else that was going on. Robert Lee was up next. He was 29. He did The Wait by the band. And did he say his first marriage was a shotgun deal? Oh my God! Oh. That's the funniest thing I have heard in a long time. And I just watched Ellen. I mean, you know, that was really funny. I was like, oh my God, no. So he played his guitar and chose a good song, but I thought his voice was just a little less than stellar. I'd love to hear him performing like in a pub while having drinks, you know, the clatter of everything going on, but I just didn't think he had the greatest sound. No coach's turn for him. Blake said it was too much of a nasal sound. Adam said he loved his voice, but he didn't have a moment. Usher compared him to Rob Thomas. And talking about that moment, and I think I've said this before when I'm talking about how you fashion a song for 90 seconds of performance. You have to give it 3 hits. You get in the opening, you got to give something special. You got to find some place in the middle to really give a nice and you got to, at the end, you have got to either bring it really nice if you're singing loud, maybe bring it down really nice and make it really sweet, or if you've been doing basically a kind of low thing, then give us a big note or something. But there has to be a roller coaster of things going on in that 90 seconds, or the judge doesn't know what's going on. And the best thing you can do, I think, is to find a place in the very beginning you're like, oh yeah, you know, so you actually just bam, just bring them right in and open their ears right up. And he didn't do any of that. But then again, I don't think it would have worked for him anyway, because again, I just didn't feel like he had such a great voice. That's just my opinion. What do you think? Tell me down in the comments. Melissa Jiminez was up next. She was 29. She did If I Ain't Got You by Alicia Keys. Oh my God. And she recorded with Wyclef Jean and had a record deal and sings with in a band with her dad since she was 17. 29, okay, so that's a long time. And I just was like, oh my God, you know, these people that they're inviting on are just consummate artists already. Okay, let me get out of that because I know that's a lot of trouble. So she started out a cappella with a clean, pure tone and so much confidence, and she definitely knows how to work the stage and did a lot of great melodic changes. Then she launched into a bit of Spanish, you know, for a few seconds. I was like, oh girl, and I knew it. Shakira was like this when she did. Usher and Shakira chimed in at the last minute for her. Usher said he's glad she started a cappella because he got a chance to hear the quality of her voice. Her and Shakira had a great exchange together. They were just going back and forth, and it was so funny, and I thought, oh my God, she's going to choose Shakira, but she chose Usher. She said because she's been a big fan of his since she was young and she wanted him to mold her. Patrick Thomas was up next. He was 35. He did Can't See You by the Marshall Tucker Band, and I am liking the song choices tonight. Really, I just am. He had me vibing as soon as he started. He had a nice gruff with his voice. The coaches were looking back and forth at each other, and Adam looked downright bored. Then Blake turned, and then Adam turned right after him. I was like, man. Adam said he was trying to act like he was bored because he didn't, you know, want everybody else to know that he liked him, and then he said he's jealous of his grit. Usher made some comments backing up Adam, and Blake was like, oh, you changed since we wanted him and all this. Blake said he's born with a natural strong grit, and he went with Team Adam. Next we had clips of Burt, Skylar Dayne, and Duran, who did not make it through. Then Allison Bray came up. She was 17. She did Where the Boys Are by Connie Francis, and she sounded kind of hoarse when she was talking in her interview, but she came out with a really big note and had a big sound altogether. I really expected more rough and gruff just because of the way her speaking voice was, but I thought this was very nice. It was pretty good. No chairs turned for her, but she really sounded good. Adam said it was so close. Shakira said the last 10 seconds were amazing. Blake invited her to come back and told her to work as hard as she can on her pitch. Last up, we had Candre Lewis. She was 44. She did Ain't No Way by Aretha Franklin. Let me tell y'all, she did 5 tours as a vocal director for Celine Dion. And I saw from the voice clips that she was going to blow it up. I mean, you know, there was just, they show the clips and they give it away like, oh my God, you just know that she's going to tear it down, right? And they said before commercials that she got a 4-chair turn. So I knew what to expect, right? But I didn't realize how perfect it would be, really. She started it out nice and simple, nice, rich, deep tone with and it was a deep tone with a natural brightness. It had levels going on even within that little bit. Shakira turned first and then Adam. Blake chimed in while she was wailing away on the big notes. You know, he likes them big notes. And I love that final high falsetto note where Usher chimed in. Just a really great, again, level performance. She just had this going on. She went here, she got this, she did this, she did this. You know, she had a lot of things, a roller coaster going on. 90 seconds. She tore it up and filled every moment with something. Blake asked how her ears hold so much weight because she had a big hanging earrings and said he'd buy her record if it came out tomorrow. Adam said her performance was electric and powerful, then wondered what her best sounds like. Usher said there's an opportunity for growth. Shakira called her voice ravishing and made it a girl thing, you know. Oh, I'm a girl, you're a girl. Then she said she's good with the girls. And Adam said, so am I. I am really loving the judges' exchanges. They are very funny together. She chose Blake. What? Oh, she said because of the way he looked at her and talked to her. It felt like home. This is Robert Anton, robertantonnyc.com. I hope you have enjoyed the commentary. If you did forget, please remember to thumb it up. Tell me down in the comments who is your favorite tonight. No more to say here. I have talked for long enough. I am out. Peace.